Hey guys, this is Dreamworld. A TCG that's been in development now for over 12 years. And over the last 4 years, we've been doing a lot to try to get it ready for market. This is a quick look at how the game plays with some commentary from me and Sean. This is part 2. If you haven't seen the first part, go ahead and click on that. It should be in the link in the description below. Or if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Help support our small indie dev team. If you have any questions, comment, do all the good stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Yep. All right, so looks like we're setting up for the second round.
Want to explain initiative?
Yeah, sure. So there's 4 initiatives in the stage. So each dream shape attacks at 1 initiative. First is 1, and then last is 4. And so everything at initiative 1, or at the start of combat, everything in initiative 1 attacks. So if 2 initiative 1s attack each other, they'll both get their damage off, and they can kill each other, and they can both be removed from the board. But if you're initiative 1 and you kill something that attacks at initiative 4, the initiative 4 won't get to attack because it's in the discard before initiative 4.
Yep, and then the card's initiative is the number located right in between the defense and attack, and all of those numbers are the 3 numbers located at the bottom of the card.
Yeah.
Have little cute icons. Well, I guess they're not cute, but little icons next to them.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we're shuffling up, getting ready for the next game.
Yep.
Splitting not only the...
Are there any special rules for, are you required to cut, or...
I mean, I would always... In casual play, you don't have to, but in tournament play, probably be recommended. You're always allowed to cut your opponent's deck, at least in any game I think I would create like this.
Yeah. And we start with 4 cards, same as last game.
Yep. Go through that same mulligan phase.
Yep.
Looks like you're doing a full hand mulligan.
Yeah, I didn't start with any of my key units, so I want to start with a grenadier or a sorcerer, and if I don't start with that, I'm mulliganing it.
That makes sense. I full hand mulliganed as well. You don't shuffle the cards right back into the deck, which I like. It speeds up gameplay, as well as, one of, I think, the main reasons why Sean did it was just so you don't draw into the same cards again.
Yeah. I don't like feeling like, hey, I just had this in my hand. Why am I...
Now, you can run multiple copies, but at least you won't have the exact same card.
No, I run the same copies all the time, or that I draw the same copies all the time, but it's not the unique card that I draw.
All right, so we're restarting our health, both 50-50. On this one, I will be placing second. Sean, I do believe, places first.
I think I just pass here. I don't really have anything to play turn 1 with this deck, so
I play my cat in the back. Just going to do a casual 2 damage, but getting set up for later turns. And then I forgot to use my Merlin's effect here, so I'm actually just going to have to live with it. I skipped this card in hopes I'll get something better, but I didn't really flip what I needed to flip here.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about Merlin is you can do it at any point during the game, too. So once per game, you can do it at any point. Right. It's just most beneficial on turn 1 in your deck.
Yeah, it allows me to set up and have kind of a mediocre turn early on in the game, but then have killer later game turns. This kind of sets my whole setup 1 turn behind, but does allow me to set kind of a mediocre sized character right now. So definitely plus and minuses, but should have used it sooner.
And I flipped an Orchard, which is a legendary. I get to draw 2 cards. So that's always nice. A little bit of card draw.
Yep. And then the reason why my cat picked up 1 attack, it's because of airport. Both players must give 1 attack to all dream shapes and tokens at the start of combat. It's must, and it gives an exact time. If it just said give 1 attack, I could choose whatever I want to. But on cards like this that are slightly higher statted, it's a have to effect.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to play something like airport when you're running a lot of dream shapes on the field to get the most benefit of it.
Looks like a Rushy came out here at some point.
Yeah, with caster. Before initiative 3, you cast Rushy so it can attack.
Dealing a whole 6 damage with the 2 from before, putting you at 42.
I chose to skip Foggy Shore. We haven't really explained skipping.
How does skip work? So we just flipped our energies right now.
Yeah, so once per turn, you can skip your dream plane, which means put it in the discard to draw a new one. But you're stuck with that new one. So sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. You usually skip when you really want something better, or that card's just not useful right now.
Yep. So Lakeside is a dream plane. I just flipped. Both players gained 2 morale from that, as well as first turn. You can actually see my rock garden sitting off to the side of the table there. I skipped earlier in the game.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like any change in board state. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything to play.
And I had, since I went ahead and searched for that 3-0, I only had 2 energy and no cards to really play myself either. So kind of a lackluster turn 3.
Yeah.
But turn 4 should be a little crazier. We have another Slums giving me a pretty large amount of energy. I think I have 11 energy currently. I wish I had 12. I have a lot of 6 drops right now.
I got my Grenadier down. Oh, and I give it Life Shield. So Life Shield is an attachment that I can choose to discard to negate 1 combat damage source. So if something like another dream shape attacks it, I can destroy that attachment and take no damage.
You also gave it Quartz, which just gives it 1 extra attack.
Yep. Now it's a free attachment. It does consume a slot in your hand, but it's free for 1 minute.
I don't think in this game it ever happens because your deck's kind of like what do you call it? The raid boss deck.
The raid boss deck. Yeah. That's what I nicknamed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of just buff 1 dream shape, but technically during placement, if a attachment is on the field for 1 whole turn, during placement of next turn, you can move it to another dream shape. Correct?
Yes.
So yeah, attachments can move around.
Yeah.
Oh, you may have.
Yeah. Yep, and I give it 2 attack for my Lava Field Dream Plane. He's gonna play Caster. I believe Assassin attacks initiative 4.
It does. So which it will still die, and in response you play another.
Yeah, in response I do a med kit again.
Okay.
Stay alive. Stay alive. Yeah. So yeah,
gotta be careful. Don't want to get a copyright strike for my beautiful singing. Just kidding.
All right. And then, so I use 1 of my Grenadier's attacks to take out the Assassin, and the other to take out the Rushy.
Yep, and I was taking my Backlash. That's why I dropped down 6. That was a Backlash from both dream shapes. What is Backlash?
So Backlash is a value or a damage you take to your morale when that dream shape is discarded or it dies, basically.
Not just you can discard.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean when it's on the field and it's sent to the discard. There are other cards where you don't take Backlash. So, but and what that helps is prevent stalemates, and also really makes you think about how and when you want to place your dream shapes onto the field, because there's a little risk reward kind of mechanic.
Yep.
I put another Life shield on the Grenadier. I believe I blocked the assassin with it earlier. And
yes, you did that 5 damage. Yeah, you buffed it and blocked.
Yeah, and I put an entrencher in the front, which is, it has 0 attack, but a lot of defense. 18 defense it starts with.
And at the end of the turn, it goes up 1 defense.
Yep. So I run 3 of these in my deck, and I'm pretty sure I placed more in this game. So we'll see more. But I'm basically protecting my raid boss right now.
So
you just played a scaredy cat.
I did.
But this time you triggered its own spawn effect.
Yeah, since there's nothing in the row in front of it, it went up to 9 health. And since it's feline, if I use any warps or distorts on it or the cat, the cat's, what is that?
It
active?
gains +1,
yeah.
+1.
Will go off.
Yep. So I'm gonna take a lot of damage from the scaredy cat though. So I'm down to 19 morale, and Bryce is at 44. So I managed to kill the scaredy cat with my Grenadier though, which is good because I don't want to keep taking 10 damage every turn.
Yeah.
Looks like I just drew another, my 3rd life shield. That's always fun.
Looks like I flipped another rock garden, so I'm gonna have a pretty big energy pool to pull from this turn. I also have 2 red dedication, which I can explain here in a second. You need 3 dedication to play the Endless Feeder I have in my hand, which is a card that my deck was meant to revolve around. I didn't really play it too much this game, but dedication is essentially like a devotion toward a certain faction. Each card has these little pips around the energy cost, and those pips represent how many different sources of that dedication you're getting. So for example, there's 5 colors in the game. Those 5 colors have each of their names: Havoc, Authority, Sec 13, Outlander, and Asylum. And each of those cards in my Dream plane stack are from a different faction. So the red ones are Havoc, and since I have 2 of them, there's a little red circle on the left hand side that shows how much dedication those give me. So I have 2 red dedication essentially. There's other dream shapes or ways that you can gain those dedication, or ways you can kind of cheat it, but yeah, long explanation.
So he's playing Adrenaline Shot here, where so on his cat, just like before, he'll trigger the effect and the active effect on cat, and also gain 2 attack and lose 1 defense from the Adrenaline Shot.
Yep, so I lose 1 attack, or sorry, I lose 1 defense, but then gain 1 defense and 1 attack, and then give it 2 attack, and since it's being targeted by a warp again, it also gains 2 more attack, or sorry, 1 more attack and 1 more defense.
Yeah.
So all in all, I gained 4 attack and 1 defense.
Yeah. And like I predicted, I placed another entrencher here to stop this row.
Yep.
Unfortunately, so some of the strategy of this game is I now know he can't place any other dream shapes in that column. So if I place an entrencher there, I know how much damage is going to hit it unless he places like a warp that increases damage or something. So
or something with
you have to really think like I've been in situations where I'm like, oh, I wish I placed this over here instead of here, you know, a turn later. But yeah.
So it looks like you let the cat do its 7 damage, but instead of taking the, 11 damage?
From the Swordmaster?
Yeah, you decided to use your life shield.
Yep, so I used that attachment that negated that attack. And then my Grenadier has range, so I was able to kill the Swordmaster.
Yep. But it did eat up both of those attacks. Yeah. If you would have swung at me directly with 7 damage, I would have only been at 16 life left.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. But I kind of, my goal going into this whole series was to use Grenadier and Sorceress to take out valuable targets. And I kind of stuck to that plan, even though it may not have been the most beneficial at the time sometimes. But that Swordmaster's, I don't want him to kill my Entrencher. The Entrencher has 7 backlash too, so that hurts.
So what's that card you just played in the back?
That's the Sorceress.
Okay, so what does she do?
Yeah, so she has range, just like my Grenadier. But instead of bash, she on kills gains 2 defense. So, and I believe she's slightly weaker stats, or actually, her defense is less, but her attack is more. But Grenadier gets attacked twice, so in the end, Grenadier does more damage also.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Yeah, but she has a stacking effect, so, if
I keep killing, I keep gaining defense.
Which, with range and having her behind an Entrencher, is definitely possible.
Yeah.
So I got another Swordmaster down in an empty lane, trying to get whatever damage through I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any blockers there, and I went first this turn, so I don't run caster, so I have no way to stop that damage. So I go down to 8.
And at this point, last turn and this turn, I'm kind of realizing that I do not have the upper hand. I just have to keep scratching away, slowly trying to get him down to 0 as he takes me down to 0 a lot quicker.
Yeah.
That's at the end of turn, Entrencher's effect is ticking up.
Yeah.
Control for turn, flipping over our next dream plane. I'm going to skip again. Oh, I guess I decided against it.
And I realized that I didn't flip over a dream plane here in a second.
You just kind of did like a little turn.
Yeah, I like flipped it sideways. I don't know. I flipped it back. So I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, at least you caught it.
Yeah.
Okay. I do end up skipping it. Okay, I think the reason why I didn't skip it was I was trying to stick to the appropriate turn order. And then you realize after I skipped, you're like, wait a second.
I'm counting the dream planes there. Yeah. And I get a flower bed. See, you got an immunity, a grenades, endless feeder. Do you have a Marshmallow Fellows in your deck? Oh, he places the Endless Feeder.
So there's my legendary, which I was able to play since I had a Slums, which is not a legendary card, and I had all 3 dedication.
Yeah.
In response, you play
an Entrencher.
The 3rd one in your deck.
Yeah.
You drew all 3.
Yeah, I drew all 3 Entrenchers. So, I just
that front line is nasty.
It is.
I have this little, it's like a Death Star. Like, I have this little tiny trench I can shoot down now, but that's about it.
Yeah. So what, I'm running, so right now most of my board is blue, which the faction is Asylum. Mm-hmm. So they specialize in a lot of defense and low backlash, and also they have the best card draw.
Yeah. What I just did, I used Caster again, but I actually, thinking back on it, I just realized that I cheated. I didn't mean to. But that would have been my 2nd legendary for the turn. So I played the Endless Feeder, and then I used Caster to play Zapper, which is also legendary.
Yeah.
Which you end up killing both of.
So I'm at 2 morale, Bryce is at 6. I need to win by 32. So I need to drop him down, without losing morale, I need to drop him down to -30. I don't think it would have won me this series.
Nope. But it would currently, I would have been at 3 and you would have been at 10.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh well, I didn't catch it. So in our current rule standings, the game goes on.
Yeah, so if there is an accidental misplay, if one of the players catch it in the middle of the game, depending on the game state, it would either be a DQ or it would be some sort of penalty.
Oh, how did you get your Dream Seeker again?
Oh yeah, so at the end of that last turn, I skipped a lot more than you. You only have 10 dream planes, so technically by turn 11, you'll need to do what's known as a cycle, and essentially the bottom dream plane or dream seeker you have gets recycled up to the top.
Okay.
And so I played a cat and a Stormcaller pretty much just to mitigate damage here, so I wouldn't lose the series. I know that I'm losing, at least this round or this match. But yeah, or not the match, I guess just the round.
Yeah. No, yeah, you just don't want to. Yeah, but I remember when you were playing, you're like, I should have placed this in the empty lane.
Yeah, I would have done more damage.
Well, you would have had the double KO and won anyway.
I would have. Well, no, not if I didn't cheat, because those wouldn't have done enough damage.
That is true.
Yep, you would have still had 3 life. So, based off of you won by 17, you should have actually won by 28. If I didn't play the zapper, just doing the math in my head, I still would have won. But yeah, after watching that game back, I feel bad about cheating there.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah. Anyways, that was Dreamworld. If you would like to back us, feel free to follow us on Patreon to get a digital version, or you can order it off of our website, Cowdog.Games, right now. That's Cowdog.Games. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. It helps. Go ahead and do it. Click the subscribe button. I'm waiting. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.